Hey fellow teachers or aspiring teachers, I'm coming at you with my first video attempt to give you some updates on what to expect moving forward on the class. So hopefully A, I figure out this video thing, and B, we all get on the same page here with where we're going moving forward. As promised, I'm going to try to change as few things as possible, keep us on a similar track that we were already on, but obviously we have to tweak some things since we're in a new format here. So, what to expect. Some things stay the same. Due dates, for example, are staying the same. So your portfolio weeks 8 through 14 are still due on April 30th. We'll just have to Dropbox those, and I'll have to have you, take pictures and submit those, preferably in PDF. Maybe paste them into a Word doc and do something like that. Put the self-grading sheet in the front, and I'll generally take your word for it again, but I'll just sort of flip through to see that you did that. Classroom observation hours are still due May 5th, but we'll talk a little bit about how you can get those in without going into a school. We will keep doing the weekly portfolios. Everything stays the same except the class synopses, and for those I'll post content under the content tab. I have a little module for every day that we would meet. I'll post content there. I've already filled some stuff in, but don't get crazy and start working ahead because I'm not done yet. I'll definitely have at least a video or an audio clip to go with every unit. So don't work ahead, right? Be on the week that we're on so I can make sure that we have content there. What's changed? Well, we missed week 9. Technically we're on week 9 right now, but we're not really meeting. So those are free portfolio points. You can log that whole week as full points. It's just a gimme. I'll still encourage you to fill it out. Obviously not the synopsis part, but gratitude journaling and working through the pedagogical problem solving, all of that stuff I'll still encourage you to do, but it's optional. You get the points regardless. I took the readings that were going to be this week and I slotted them elsewhere, so that's no problem. We'll still talk about that content. Let's see. Attendance is kind of a weird thing now. What does it mean to attend an online class? And everybody sort of has a different opinion on this. I want to keep giving you attendance points since some of you may have been counting on those points throughout, although honestly most of you are doing great in the class and I'm not worried. But I've made a little Dropbox where you can self-grade your attendance score. Essentially, you can give yourself points any day that you do the work in the corresponding course module. So if you're filling out the workbook and you're doing every class synopsis based on all the materials that I'm posting, you'll get full attendance points for the second half. And you'll be able to look at your first half attendance grade just by, looking at the gradebook as it's currently set up. If you missed classes, especially say that last week that we were on campus because you weren't feeling well or due to any other coronavirus concerns, I definitely don't want to dock you for those, so feel free to give yourself points where you feel you deserve points. And once again, I'll generally refer to the score that you assign yourself. I created an anonymous question Dropbox. It won't be anonymous to me, but it'll be anonymous to your classmates. And I was going to do it for 0 points, but it made me assign a point value, so it's worth 1 point now. You can totally skip it if you want, but if at some point throughout the semester you want to drop a question in there, I will, just anything you want to ask me about material, about content, about anything we've discussed, something that's popped in your head, I will address that in the next weekly video. So I'll just sort of run through like, oh, here were the questions for the week, and we can sort of, I just thought it might be a fun way to address some of your material that way. We still have the discussion board. We still have, email, of course, but I just thought that'd be one more fun way that you could drop in an anonymous question and I could just work through them and we could do it that way. As far as observation hours go, some of you have most or all of your hours, some of you have not so many of your hours. Obviously the hours that you've logged you already have. For the remaining hours, let's just YouTube it. So if you jump on YouTube and you search, say, 3rd grade math, classroom observation or whatever, there's a ton of stuff out there. So find classrooms that have been filmed, watch them, take some notes on them, and we'll do the hours like that. Hopefully that'll be simple and straightforward. If anybody's struggling to find stuff, I can help, but honestly, you're probably better at finding it than me, and it's all over the web, so that's how we'll roll with that. I'm giving you all full presentation points because you did I'll do a presentation, obviously. But some of you had wanted to do a second presentation. Obviously, things are kind of unique now in terms of that format, so it might be a fun challenge to do a second presentation. I am totally cool with that. Just email me if you want to, so I can take any materials that you're going to use and work them into, our weekly modules so that everybody else is on the same page. If you want to add videos or PowerPoints or activities or any sort of content for us all to do, I think that would be super cool. 100% optional, but this is what you all want to do, so I'll encourage you to just keep jumping in and doing it, and I'll support you however I can in that, so please consider doing that. I was going to do a portfolio presentation at the end of the semester. It was going to be super informal, just you talking about some of the things that you'd learned throughout the class, from your observations, from doing presentations, from the readings, from our conversations, etc. We'll do that informally just over the discussion board now, so in the coming weeks, I'll post some questions for that. It's a little bit early. We still have a few more weeks to, kind of figure out where we stand on all of these things. But I'll post some stuff there. You'll answer some questions about what you noticed in your observations, what you noticed from teaching, from watching your classmates teach, etc. And it's not going to be, it's not going to be onerous. It should be a pretty easy way just to pick up some points and share some ideas. So more to come on that, but no need to really focus on it yet. Just be doing all of the other things and we should be great. We're technically still off the rest of this week and the rest of next week, but I'll try to keep posting fun things, meditations, anything for those of you who are just cooped up and looking for something to do. I'll try to keep supplying it. By all means, keep in touch. I'm just at home, so I appreciate your emails, your comments, all of those things, and we'll continue to roll. Hit me up if you have any questions, but otherwise, I'll look forward to getting this party started soon.